Sardines have been a part of our meals for a long time, on toast, in salads, on pizza, or straight out of the can. Every year, people around the world eat billions of these small fish, making them one of the most popular types of seafood. They usually come from the waters near places like Morocco, Portugal, the Philippines, and Norway. Fishermen catch huge groups of sardines using large nets, then bring them to shore quickly. From there, the fish are sorted, cleaned, and packed, often all in just a few hours. Some factories handle more than 200 tons of fish in one day. Inside the factories, both workers and machines help move things along. The sardines are cooked, cleaned, placed in cans, and sealed sometimes by hand, sometimes by machines before being sent out to stores around the world. It's a busy and fast-moving job, and as you're about to see, there's a lot more going on inside that small can of sardines than you might think. Hello Internet, welcome to Process Hub, the channel that uncovers the real stories behind the world's most popular foods, starting with the salty, flavorful world of canned sardines. Sardines are small fish that swim in large groups and live in the Atlantic, Pacific, and Mediterranean oceans. The process starts with fishermen finding these huge groups, which can have millions of fish moving together near the surface of the water. This usually happens in warmer months when sardines come closer to the shore to feed and lay eggs. Sardines are mostly caught in places like Morocco, Portugal, the Philippines, and Norway. Countries where these fish are found in large numbers and the ocean waters are full of the nutrients sardines need to grow. Fishermen use big nets called purse seines to catch sardines. These nets can be as wide as 2 football fields and are made to surround the whole group of fish. Once the sardines are inside, the bottom of the net is pulled tight like a drawstring bag, trapping them. The nets are dropped into the water from large boats that use sonar and GPS to find where the fish are. It's a fast and effective way to catch sardines, but it takes good teamwork and careful handling. Sometimes, big fishing crews use more than one boat and several nets to catch even larger groups of fish. Once the sardines are brought onto the boat, they're quickly put into cold storage. This step has to happen fast because sardines spoil easily. To keep them fresh, the fish are either packed in ice or stored in chilled sections of the ship. Keeping them cold right away is really important. Any delay can affect their quality. Many fishing crews also follow rules to avoid overfishing, like limits on how much they can catch. These rules help protect sardine populations, so there will be plenty of fish in the future. After the sardines are caught, they need to be taken to the factory as quickly as possible. Most processing plants are close to the coast, so the fish can get there fast. Since sardines spoil quickly, they have to arrive within a few hours to stay fresh and safe to eat. Depending on how far the fishing area is from the plant, the sardines are usually moved in refrigerated trucks or by boat straight to coastal factories. Many big fishing companies use their own refrigerated trucks to keep the sardines cold while they're being moved. These trucks, often called reefers, can keep the temperature around 32 degrees Fahrenheit, 0 degrees Celsius, the whole time. The goal is to move the fish as fast as possible, because the quicker they get to the factory, the fresher they stay. Sometimes the sardines go straight from the boat to the shore and into the factory right away, which helps avoid any delays and keeps the fish from going bad. Since sardines spoil quickly, there's not much room for mistakes when moving them. Most factories need to start processing the fish within 12 to 24 hours after they're caught to keep them fresh. That's why many sardine factories run all day and night, with workers taking turns in shifts to keep things moving. This step is super important. Any delays can make the sardines lose their good taste and texture, which means customers won't be as happy with the final product. When the sardines arrive at the factory, they're gently unloaded and taken to the cleaning and sorting area. Workers make sure the fish aren't damaged while being moved. The first job is to clean off anything that's stuck to the sardines during the catch, like seaweed, algae, or tiny parasites. This is usually done by rinsing them in cold, clean water. It helps make sure that only clean, fresh fish go on to the next steps in the process. Sorting is an important step in this stage. The sardines are checked for quality and size because it's important for them to look and feel the same. Fish that are too small, too big, or damaged are taken out and thrown away because they don't meet the factory standards. The sardines are then grouped by size and quality, with the best ones being used for premium products. This process uses both machines, like conveyor belts and sorting machines, and workers who check the fish. While machines make things faster, workers are key for spotting problems that the machines might miss. This quality control makes sure only the best sardines move on to cooking and canning. The factory is set up to reduce waste, so any fish that don't meet the standards are used for lower quality products like pet food or fertilizer, so nothing is wasted. Sorting also helps make production faster. Fish that are the same size cook more evenly, which makes the final product more consistent. Once the sardines are sorted, they're ready to be cooked. The cooking method depends on the type of sardine product being made, like those canned in oil, brine, or tomato sauce. The two most common ways to cook sardines are steaming and boiling, but sometimes they're fried to add more flavor. Cooking does a few things. It boosts the flavor, improves the texture, and helps the fish last longer. Steaming is a common method for cooking sardines because it cooks the fish gently without drying it out. The sardines are put in big steaming chambers and exposed to hot steam for about 10 to 30 minutes. The steam keeps the fish moist, so the meat stays soft and tender. Steaming also helps keep the natural flavor of the sardines while getting them ready for the next steps. It also kills any bacteria or germs in the raw fish, making them safe to eat. Boiling is another common way to cook sardines, especially for those canned in brine or water. In this method, the fish are placed in big tanks of hot water and simmered for a set time. Boiling cooks the sardines quickly and evenly, and it helps control the final texture of the fish. Sometimes, factories also fry the sardines in oil before canning them, which makes the fish crispier and adds more flavor, especially when they're packed in oil. The cooking process is carefully watched to make sure the sardines aren't overcooked or undercooked. Overcooked sardines can get mushy and lose their flavor, while undercooked ones can be unsafe to eat. Once they're cooked, the sardines are ready to be canned, where they'll be packed in oil, water, or sauce, depending on the final product. After cooking, the sardines are moved to the packing area, where they are put into cans. The cans are cleaned before being filled with the fish to make sure they're free of germs. Sardines are packed in different liquids, with oil being the most common, but brine, tomato sauce, and even mustard or spicy sauces are also used for some recipes. The liquid not only adds flavor, but also helps preserve the sardines by stopping them from spoiling. The packing process uses both machines and people. In most factories, machines quickly fill the cans with sardines and seal them. However, for higher quality products, some factories have workers carefully placing the fish in the cans to make sure they are arranged neatly and evenly. This is also important for marketing, as a nicely arranged can looks better to customers. Once the sardines are packed into cans, they are sealed tightly to keep them fresh. The next step is to sterilize the cans again to make sure all bacteria are killed and the sardines are safe for long storage. This process, called retorting, puts the sealed cans into large pressure cookers, where they are heated to very high temperatures, usually 240 degrees Fahrenheit to 250 degrees Fahrenheit or 116 degrees Celsius to 121 degrees Celsius, for a set amount of time. This sterilization not only makes the sardines safe to eat, but also helps them last longer, so they can be stored for months or even years without going bad. Sterilization is an important step to make sure canned sardines are safe to eat. After the sardines are packed into cans, they are placed in large pressure cookers and heated to high temperatures. This kills any harmful bacteria, yeasts, or molds that could spoil the fish. The cans are heated under pressure, so the contents can reach the right temperature without boiling over. The process takes between 30 to 90 minutes, depending on the size of the cans and the type of fish. The sterilization process not only makes the sardines safe to eat, but also helps keep their texture and flavor. The sealed can creates a vacuum that stops air from reaching the fish, slowing down spoilage. When done right, sterilization lets the sardines stay fresh on the shelf for months or even years, while keeping their taste, texture, and nutrition. After sterilization, the cans are cooled down quickly to avoid overcooking the fish or changing the flavor. Once cooled, the cans are checked for any damage, like bulging lids, which could mean the product isn't safe to eat. After the cans are sterilized and cooled, they are ready for labeling. Labels give important details like the brand, ingredients, nutritional information, and expiration date. In many factories, machines apply labels quickly, but for some high-quality products, workers may still do this by hand. The cans are packed into larger boxes or crates for shipping. The packaging helps protect the cans from damage during transport, making sure they reach stores in good condition. Sardines are usually packed in groups of 6 or 12 cans, but other amounts are also used depending on the market. Each box is sealed and labeled with shipping details, including the batch number, so the product can be traced if there are any problems during delivery. Once packed, the sardines are ready to be sent to distribution centers, wholesalers, and grocery stores. Since sardines are eaten worldwide, they are shipped to many different markets, from local supermarkets to specialty food stores. Sardines have stayed popular for centuries because they are packed with healthy nutrients. They are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, protein, calcium, and vitamins like D and B12, making them a convenient and affordable way to stay healthy. The canning process helps keep most of the nutrients, so you get nearly the same benefits as fresh fish. Sardines are a great choice for anyone looking to improve heart health, support brain function, and build strong bones. With more people focusing on health, sardines remain a top choice for nutritious food. Sardines have lasted so long because they are so versatile. You can eat them straight from the can, add them to a salad, put them on toast, or mix them into pasta sauces. Their rich flavor goes well with ingredients like lemon, herbs, garlic, tomatoes, and even spicy chili oils. Different countries like Portugal, the Philippines, Morocco, and Spain have their own ways of preparing and serving sardines, keeping the dish popular in many cultures. This flexibility helps sardines stay a favorite, from home kitchens to trendy restaurants. The long shelf life of canned sardines has helped them stay popular. Unlike fresh seafood that spoils quickly, canned sardines can last for years without losing flavor or quality. This makes them a reliable protein source for emergencies, travel, or daily meals. They're also one of the most sustainable fish because they're small and reproduce quickly, making them less likely to be overfished. Plus, their position on the food chain makes them less toxic and more eco-friendly than larger fish. This mix of nutrition, convenience, taste, and sustainability has kept sardines a favorite for generations and will likely keep them in our pantries for years to come. Now that you've got the inside scoop on sardines, we've got to ask, how do you like to eat them? Are you layering them on toast, tossing them into pasta, or enjoying them straight from the can? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into the world's most talked about foods. See you next time.